Hello, I'm Alice Rivers-Cripps of Posh Totty Designs. I'm the founder and creative director, and I started up the business 16 years ago from my workbench in my bedroom, which strangely I'm back in. As post-COVID, we are now all working from home. So I'm here today with Women for Women International to help them out with basically giving some quick tips on how to run a successful business and how to start a successful business. So I would stress straight away that I didn't expect to start a successful business. I just loved what I did, and it naturally grew and became a successful business through lots of hard work, but also a great team beside me. So I will start with the first thing, and the first thing is number one: be original, innovate, get creative, be authentic. I cannot stress how important it is to own your own IP. Okay, there is so much going on in the world right now, and you need to own your own IP. You need to be clear that you own your own designs. Okay, so that is where I would say that's what you've got to start with. You don't want to be like Amazon. You don't want Amazon to choose the prices. You want to be able to decide yourself. So number two, make mistakes, but learn from them, and then maybe make some more and then learn from them, and just keep making mistakes and learning from them. Sadly, we all make mistakes, but if we don't have a go, we won't know. So, you just gotta, don't make big mistakes, don't make fundamental financial mistakes. Always try and stay risk averse. But if you want to try something out, then try it out. See if it works. If it works, it could be amazing. And if it doesn't, well, move on, get on to the next thing. So I would say that some of our best designs and our best sellers have actually come from a mistake. So I'll be making something and then I'll be like, well, actually, you know what, that could be better that way. Yeah, so it's completely changed, but it's better. Number three, you have got to be passionate. I am so incredibly passionate about my business, and I just don't think you can do it without the passion. When I started, I was working so many hours. I was working a full-time job, and then I was making jewellery. I was working for someone else, and then at night I was making my jewellery. At weekends I was making my jewellery. I was doing craft fairs. I was selling sale or return in shops. I was doing whatever I could to get my brand out there. And family and friends, I was giving them pieces of jewellery. I was doing whatever I could. So please, 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 if you don't have the passion, don't start it, because you're not going to make money straight away. And actually you don't, fundamentally, if this is what you want to do for the rest of your life, then you need to have that passion. So you need to want to get up every morning and get to work and do that incredible job. And then I would say, number four is read the small print, the big print, the side print, all the print. Just don't sign your life away. Don't sign anything unless you are so sure. And, you will be setting up contracts with all sorts of people. And please, 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 please just look at the small print. Look at how long you're tied up in that contract for. Look at how you can get out of that. Particularly post-COVID. We've got contracts that we signed and now we're struggling to get out of it. So, it really is so fundamentally important that you do check whatever you sign. Do not put your name to anything unless you are completely and utterly sure. Number five, embrace change. Don't be afraid of change, especially in these uncertain times. Because we're so small, small and mighty, as I like to call us, we basically we're able to be agile and pivot, So whereas big companies can't do that, because we're small, we can change our minds from one day to the next. It keeps it interesting. It keeps us on our toes. And it stops us being boring, and it stops us being bored as well, quite frankly. So please, please, please always embrace change. And our customers love it because they never know what's coming next. Don't sweat the small stuff. Number six, don't sweat the small stuff. This is my mum's favourite line. To be fair, she said it all her life. But she's right, like the detail, don't get bogged down with the detail. It's the bigger picture that's important, okay? It's like, some days you'll go into work and it will feel like everything is getting on top of you. And then a day later or a week later, you're like, what was I so worried about? What did this tiny little thing matter? So please don't sweat the small stuff. Be sensible and reinvest money back into your business. Do not go wild. You know, you have one successful collection, or you get an amazing contract, or you know, suddenly you get a check that you're like, yay. Don't go wild, okay? Just reinvest it back into the business, okay? If you want to keep this business going, and if you're not doing it for the money and you just want to keep this business going, and you know, and you love every day, please don't mess it up. Do not cock it up by just spending that money, okay? So keep reinvesting into your business. Look after your team, look after yourself, okay? Number 7, employ people that are better than you. I cannot stress this enough. So when I started, I was like a one-man band trying to do everything. And it was clear as day that things like the finances, sitting down and going through receipts and bookkeeping was my worst part. So the first thing I did was get somebody to take on that role. I was like, okay, we'll get a freelance bookkeeper to do that bit, you know. And then it was like, actually, do you know what? Cleaning up castings and spending hours on making the same thing, that was like, no, I need to get another jeweller in. So I'm going to get a freelance jeweller, you know. And now there's a team of 55 of us, and we've really, really grown. But, you know, you start with talent. So you want to employ people that are better than you. You can do the bits where you're really, really good and get other people to take on the other roles that you need help with. I would just say that's where you should start. And it's always terrifying employing that first person. And I would say that's the hardest bit. But once you employ that first person, you realise what you gain from that and how much time you gain from that, and actually what you can then focus on. It's well worth it. Number 8, go with your gut. At all times, go with your gut. I cannot stress that enough. Like you need to go with your gut. And you know, if you get that buzz in your belly, you know that you're on the right track. So please do that. And then number 9, which is my final one, is be kind. There is actually 10, so I've actually gone wrong with my numbers somewhere. Be kind. Be kind to your team, your customers, yourself, the earth. Be green. Use your business for good. You know, offer flexible working where you can. Get mums in. You know, like these amazing, incredible mums that have done incredible jobs, and then they want to come back to work. Get them in. You know, bring your family in. Bring your pets in. You know, work with charities that you really, really care about. We are so fortunate to work with Women for Women International with the Share a Hug collection. And, you know, I went out to Kosovo with them and met the most incredible women. It was so inspiring. And Ilariana looked after me so well, and it was just the most phenomenal experience. It was wonderful. And, you know, I was able to do that because I was helping them to design this collection called the Share a Hug collection, and it was just this incredible opportunity, you know, and we have basically raised money for them with that collection, and it's still my absolute favourite collection all these years on. You know, I cannot stress enough how wonderful it is, and the Share a Hug rings have been selling so well since COVID-19 because people want to send a hug. You know, you can't give a hug, so what better way to, you know, to give them a hug is to send them a little ring with a, you know, wrap around their finger. So a hug, however you can give a hug, you know. And, you know, I cannot stress enough how happy I am that I get to do what I do every day. And I think that is because I have a phenomenal team. I think that's because I love what I do. And I think that I've still got that passion in my belly. So all those things are what create a brilliant business, and I love it. So thank you so much. And I really hope that's helped. And thank you very much for your time.